And good afternoon, everybody. I express my heartfelt thanks to the organizers of this workshop seminar on yoga, on Raja Yoga for human excellence. And as Dr. Chatterjee has already explained, all these 5 institutes who are engaged, I offer my thankfulness to all the institutes who are involved in organizing these things and the coordinators and organizers. Now, Dr. Chatterjee has been so eloquent and so clear in his presentation. He has made my work simpler. Not talk much. I will refer to only some headlines or points related to enhancement of human excellence. Now, you may ask, if it is already excellent, then how the excellent can be further enhanced. But I am going to explain that in very simple terms, not going into the details because of short time. So Raja Yoga, as conceived for enhancement of human excellence, both physical and mental. If you ask, is then a human existence already excellent? Borrowing words from Swami Vivekananda, I would say yes. And what is education? Education is, again I borrow the words of great Yogi Raja, Swami Vivekananda only. Education is exposition and manifestation of the perfection already existing in man, that is human, developing all potential perfection. Perfection is already there within, but it may not be in a manifested form so that it is perceived, and education brings it out and makes it perceivable for everybody. So that is the development part. And what's religion or spirituality? So spirituality and religion. So religion helps to develop spirituality, and spirituality develops to expose religion and religious feelings and experiences. Experiences within of a particular human existence, a man or a woman. So, or a third gender, for in today's term. So religion, what is that? Religion is the exposition and manifestation of the divinity already existing in man, that is human. So, when I would like to say enhancement of human excellence, I mean this physical or mental perfection, which is in a subtle form, in a numb form somewhere, and not so prominently exposed form, but is latent in a human body or human existence. So enhancement of the excellence, bringing out and making help in the process of manifestation of that type of perfection of the human body and psyche. And the divinity. So, to bring out the divinity and make its excellence manifest which already exists within man. Because every human being is a child of eternity, Amrita, some of that eternal existence. So human existence is meant for a long journey, both physically and mentally. And as Dr. Chatterjee was relating these physical aspects and problems of the physic with the problems of the psyche through this physic, ego, etc., particularly in the latter part of it, I was just stunned and I'm impressed very much. So I come down, I leave out many things. What is this? Enhancement of excellence. So in a latent form, in a not so exposed form, the excellence is there. If it is not processed in a regular and methodical way, it may go astray and develop some ill effects, affecting both the body and the mind, and resulting in some further illness and sufferings. So one way here through Raja Yoga, it is to protect the excellence and then keep it up and then develop it. So to sustenance. So the excellence is to be manifested, further developed, more excellent, avid more edi. And as a mountaineer never stops by reaching one peak of one mountain, maybe it is very high, till the next time the mountaineer aspires to reach up to the top of the next higher mountain. So just like that, the whole human body is meant for a journey. So that is why it has been said in the Upanishads, Kshurasya dhara nishita duratyaya durgam pathastat kavayu vadanti. Where it is said just before that, Uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata. Get up, be goal set, awake, and stop not till the goal is achieved. And the path is not easy. And the saints, the mystic poets have said that path is not easy to traverse. It is durgama. It's a difficult path. And yoga tries to make that difficult path more attractive and acceptable and viable, possible path for the person who may be a bit shy or afraid of this durgama patha. So the practices you have heard, I think, because it's 2 days now, this yama, niyama, this ashtanga yoga, in the practical part of it, the yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, and then comes dharana, dhyana, samadhi. While yama, niyama, asana has both physical and mental aspect and impact, because controlling the senses so that the senses do not go astray and get involved in undue things, improper things. And yama, niyama is to make it a regular practice. So the internal senses and the external senses to have control on both. It's not that life should be devoid of all enjoyments and all regular lively enthusiasms, but there should be in the control of the particular human body and mind. It should not be so that the outward objects of enjoyment and experience will have the influence on the human body and mind, but the human mind and body should be in a position to have the command and discretion and decision which and how much is to be taken and how much is to be ignored and how much and what should be avoided at all. And then asana is this physical things, practical things which you will practice hereafter. And pranayama pratyahara, both are these breathing exercises. Nowadays, also I find whoever goes to this person of pulmonary disease and problems, first thing they won't say pranayama and pratyahara, maybe Dr. Chatterjee will say, but even 35 years back with asthma and other patients, which I had taken to very staunch allopathic doctors. But the first and very looking down upon these traditional methods or naturopathy or other things, yoga and these things we could not imagine in those days. But the first thing they say, breathing exercise, because that's attractive to those people. But nowadays it's common. Doctors don't have to be shy of uttering these words that have a pranayama, have pranayama, practice pranayama. This is the development. So even all types of medical practitioners will say, well, the breathing exercise, or if you are in the habit of doing pranayama, continue with that. And how to make it more perfect or easier, and pratyahara. The total control over the breath, the inner wind, and that cycle of the blood circulation, the circulation of the wind within the body. So if the blood circulation and the wind circulation are not in balance and in cooperative balance with each other, then the body crumbles. Either either we are lacking breathing, or it goes high up, or it is very feeble, so the balance of the woman is then weak, and the need of oxygen, etc. And it develops again. This disbalance in the wind circulation causes disbalance in the blood circulation, and it causes disbalance in many other parts of the system. And then this kapha and kleshma and shuddhi, kashi, etc. and also the pitta. So other diseases, they start develop. Problems, I don't say disease, but I say general problems. So, and these things, so while Yama Niyama Asana have both the physical and the mental aspect, pranayama and pratyahara, they have more the physical aspect in the primary level, but in the secondary level, through all these five, it helps developing dharana. Dharana is concentration, ability to, dharana, you may say in Bangla, sankalpa, determination. The ability to determine and concentrate the mind in a determined way on a particular subject. In modern times, I say, take any subject, maybe handwriting, maybe copying from something on another exercise, which is a very good exercise, particularly for naughty children who cannot concentrate on a particular, who are very fickle-minded and just run hither and thither and disturb the parents and the guests. If they are made to sit down and draw some sketch lines, some pictures of any quality, any kind, any type, or just are made to copy a certain written passage into their own copybook, this is the dharana. It develops the concentration. And through this concentration, naturally the senses are also controlled from going outside and being engaged in other things which are not suited in that particular time, and for which the child is being scolded or abused and even beaten up, that you are so naughty and do this thing, do that thing, or is being, being offered some lucrative gift that if you don't do, I'll give you this thing, if you don't do, I'll give you this. So these things are just, you see, so much out of the, so mundane and so of lower level. So if then he is asked to do this is a very good passage. Maybe you need it in your exam, you just copy. So through this 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, and it may extend further. And even for aged people like me, this copying things from another thing, it's really, we don't know how time passes away. So, and then if dharana is developed and concentrated, this determined, concentrated mind, then comes dhyana, meditation. So all of a sudden, from yama and yama, dhyana cannot develop. It's a regular process. It's like climbing up the stairs of a mountain or even of a building. So, climbing up the stairs of a building, and nowadays in case of lift, etc., it's a bit difficult. Everybody with smartphone and lift and all this, escalators and escalators and everything. Everybody wants to have everything. Everybody wants to have everything. So fast. Everything very fast. So lack of concentration, lack of patience, lack of tolerance, lack of forbearance, and lack of endurance. Shodhyo, dhoirjo, stoirjo, shohishrota. These things are lacking too much. So for these things, just all of a sudden, if somebody is asked, just go and sit and do some meditation, it will be a bit difficult. But first, let the person sit at a place with closed eyes and don't do nothing, you just sit. So this is called asana siddhi. And then further asanas can be practiced. And from dharana, concentrate on a particular subject, and it can be zeroed down on a particular subject with the mind concentrated for minutes, for hours together. So it is then from this, and also I'm just supplementing Dr. Chatterjee, this physical fitness and mental calm and stability needed for human excellence. Physical fitness, mental calm, and mental stability are utmost needed for human excellence, both in the physical world, in the material world, and also in any other intellectual world of activity. So none of these physical or intellectual or mental activities can be carried out if the mind is not patient, is not endurant, if it is impatient, and with impatience comes frustration. So everything should be quick, the result must be quick, and if the result doesn't come all of a sudden, so quickly, so fast, as I desire, as I want to have it, this ego functions. This ego is subdued with the niyama. And with this physical asanas, etc., and pranayama, pratyahara, these practices, automatically, when the body is put under control of a particular process, which we call yoga, because yoga is connection, and yoga is also cutting the connection. So cutting the connection from the matters of destruction, from the unwanted matters, and disconnecting from them, and connecting the mind and the ego and the effort, both physical and mental, to some desired object for attaining some desired goal and approaching some higher levels of both physical and mental satisfaction. So this dhyana, it is concentrated, continuous, uninterrupted process of mind's concentration on a particular subject. And the highest point of that dhyana is samadhi, where the mind is calm and unaffected by any type of any wave. The comparison may be done with a very turbulent sea level, where the waves are coming and coming. soon one wave comes down and the next wave comes forward and the next wave, and so this goes on. So when the sea level, upper level becomes cool, calm, no more waves, no more storm, then also the undercurrent is there. It is having the waves. The more and more the diver goes to the deeper and further deeper levels of the sea level, sea water level, then the real calm level is reached. So the human mind and body is also like that. It is engaged in some types of frequent and turbulent movements. So the inside, so one has to, when they do yoga, it helps one to dive deep into one's own mind, which is like an ocean. Even the poets describe the minds of the sages, the rishis, as a sea where all the fishes, all the creatures are sleeping. So no movement, even inside. The fishes and other sea animals, creatures, they don't run on the water level. They are under the water level. But where they are also sleeping, they are all calm and quiet, as if such a situation is there. The yogi rishi's mind is like that. Where within, where under, to the deepest level of it, all these movements of all creatures are stopped, are not moving. So now what are the problems of today? See, dharana, dhyana brings about mental stability. And if mental stability is not there, physical stability and fitness are dreams. The Shastras say, Manapurvangama dharma. For any physical activity, if the mind is not quiet and calm, his mind is not free from stress, it is difficult to achieve success. So stress management, depression and mental disbalance, in spite of material success, these are the problems of current times. So the approach to these yogic processes, these steps, yama, niyama, asana, pranarama, pratyahara, which brings the body and the mind under control, the ego under control, and it thinks within, it resolves within, it postulates within, it contemplates within, and from that state of within, it then looks outside. And at that stage, the person does not discriminate between the good and the bad, the high and the low. The basic sustaining superficial flaws are out. So he can discriminate. One can discriminate between the good and the bad. So it is called sad, asad, viveka. Viveka is the sense of discrimination. So to expose the perfection, to expose the excellence further, these of the Amritasya Putra, these practices are there. Now I refer to Buddhist dhyana. In dhyana paramita, the perfection of meditation in Buddhism, in Buddhist concept, 4 stages are said. They are called Brahma Vihara. It's not a Vihara or garden. It is Brahma Vihara, and Brahman is there the highest, not the Upanishadic Brahman, but the highest concentrated mind full of knowledge only, devoid of any effect of material world, any personal effect and unaffected by anything, good or bad. Even it's not affected, it's not the concentrated good only, it's devoid of everything. And what are those? Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. Maitri is the love for all, as if they are one's own child. So as the filial love for children is felt, and compassion and succor is felt for one's own body and mind and existence and one's own. Whatever I feel, it's mine. I'm more attached to that. But if, irrespective of the relation or whether I know the person or not, acquaintance, irrespective of relation or acquaintance, if that type of karuna, this succor and compassion is felt, and mudita, unaffected by any bad thing, it's always only the unending bliss and pleasure, delight, that is the mudita stage, and the highest stage is the upeksha. So in dhyana here also, dharana dhyana, as I said, is unaffected upeksha. It's indifference to everything. The mind is then zeroed down on a hollow feeling. It's nothing. First, when meditation is practiced, it is said, think of something and concentrate on that, close your eyes and think, see that only. Even in the Chandogya Upanishad it said, take this omkara and meditate upon it. But at the highest level of dhyana, there should be nothing to concentrate upon and the mind should be free from everything. So this way, I say the yoga is a way of life for heart and health. So how? By controlling the mind and the body from evil things. And the mind and body are not basically evil. And the yoga cleans the heart and the mind. Cleans means what? Cleans its association with negative things. And stress is not there. And stress comes from the activities and the effects of negative things. The involvement and attachment with the negative things brings about this stress. So detaching, there's yoga, disconnecting the mind from those negative and ill things, disconnects the mind from all the feelings of suffering and unpleasant feelings. So how the heart is influenced or comes under the ambit of yoga, health. And if it is physically, then the heart is the organ within the body. And heart is also the source of compassion. And I have a heart. Compassion to all is a divine quality. It comes from the heart and it fills the heart with good and positive feelings. When one has enjoyed something thoroughly, then one says, I had a heart full of music today, or something like that. So the Ashtanga Yoga develops. So love and care and the pranayama, which is a part of yoga, is therefore a very useful technique for regulating flow of breath within the body. And heart also signifies in common language courage too, a brave heart person. So if the physic is not there, if the physical qualities are not there, then the brave heart will not function. And the mind has, by nature, the particularity of holding all knowledge. sattva, rajas, tamas, good, bad, medium. But with yoga, the discriminating sense develops and it distinguishes the evil things, the negative things, and forsakes them. So this way, the Raja Yoga is not only for excellence of human existence, but also for furthering and enhancing that excellence in a manifold way. Further details may be discussed sometimes somewhere else. If you have any questions, you ask. But only 5 to 10 minutes because we are already running behind time. It's just 4 o'clock now and only 5 to 10 minutes may be allowed. Yes?
Yeah. Ma'am, Raja Yoga, according to Swami Vivekananda, if you read Swamiji's
Yes,
Raja Yoga,
I think I have read sometimes.
Yeah. Not
Yes.
only he has written discipline. So
Very valuable.
yeah. So Raja Yoga, if you read Swamiji, it tells us it not for everyone. You talk about Ashtanging Marg, 8 levels. It starts with Kaya Mano Bakke Brahmacharya. That is the first level. So what
I understand what you want to say.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
If you read, because you refer to Swamiji, if you read
And
Swamiji,
he himself practiced Raja Yoga. This is one of the form of Raja Yoga.
if you read Swamiji's works, he has first written Sarala Raja Yoga,
Yeah.
Saral Raja Yoga. That is for common man. And thereafter, he has also translated the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali in all details. And then Raja Yoga, each item, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi, he has taken up all these topics and explained them in detail. But as I said, the dhyana and samadhi is then for the sannyasins. But if you talk about Vivekananda, he did not keep yoga only a means or matter limited to the people of spiritual world. So although for every human existence, mukti or moksha is the final target, where the eternal existence, eternal knowledge, and the supreme eternal truth and knowledge is to be realized by each individual. But up to dharana and dhyana, not that samadhi, that is for the moksha. But up to dharana and dhyana, this may be for all. And they may be translated to karma yoga. So when the karma, you read these karma yoga chapters also, if one is to offer oneself for the activities of karma yoga, then if that one is not possessed of selflessness, self-control, control over the senses, and also fickle-minded and running after things, good or bad, as available in the material world, that person cannot do real good to the society in general, so through the process of this karma yoga. So, Vivekananda is the only person who transferred Raja Yoga to Karma Yoga to develop this human excellence for one and all belonging to the society. And that is why the sannyasins of the Vivekananda heritage, you see Ramakrishna Vivekananda heritage, they are good sannyasins of very high level and they are good activists also in all social levels for social need of any type. So this is their activity part, and so Vivekananda is the only person who made the Vedanta not only for the sannyasins, he made it for the common man, and he said, everyone is Amritasya Putra. Everyone has the right to read the Upanishad. Uttishthata Jagrata Prapya Vara Nibodhata Kshurasya Dhara Nishita Duratyaya Durgam Patastat Kavayo Vadanti. But that Durgama Patha, the difficult path, how to go, how to come on that path, and how to go on that path, that is the total process of Raja Yoga and Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga devoid of Raja Yoga, and Raja Yoga up to Dhyana. If it is not translated into the social activities, then it will be of no use. That was the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda, for which he composed another work called Practical Vedanta, which was path-breaking and till date, which is unsuperseded by every means or by any means in the world of philosophical discourses. Anything else? Then thank you so much. Yogi Rajayo, Tyaga Rajayo, Vivekananda Swamine, Namo Namaha. Thank you everybody for your kind questions.
Dr. Ratna Basu, and again thank you, Dr. Sudeep Chatterjee. Please here. I told before the session that Dr. Professor Ratna Basu needs no introduction. Professor Dr. Ratna Basu needs no introduction in his field, and we think that we have enlightened us. And I was just spellbound when she was talking about all these things, and the human excellence, how this excellence can be achieved, and what is the excellence is, and the very much question that when it is already excellence, how this can be further excellent. So these are the various sorts of things that she has discussed, and it is always thought that what are you learning? You learn from the source, you learn from the depth, and this is that. And from this day, I also like to discuss with Dr. Basu whether she will give any time for us, so that only one seminar will be arranged with her consent only on the Ritambhara program. What is that and how that can be achieved? So this is my humble request to her that any day
we can talk about it. Not during this thing.
No. It's another session, okay. Another seminar that will be only possible when you will be available. So, and our organization is a Ritambhara program is the subject. And this as she is already given her consent, so I will request all the participants to take care of our mail, WhatsApp and others, so that the next session may be with the Ritambhara program under the guidance of Dr. Professor Ratna Basu. So, from our part, just a token of respect to both Dr. Ratna Basu and Dr. Sudeep Chatterjee for their presence here. So, I am requesting Dr. Professor Ratna Basu, please. We have tried all through the days how to blend the two things. That is, one is the ancient Indian traditions and then the modern science. And so today's this part of the session, we have both support from Dr. Ratna Basu of that heritage side, and Dr. Sudeep Chatterjee. From the day of inception, we have a lot of times we discussed with him how this can be achieved, how this can be performed, how this can be corroborated. He has advised us in many ways, and in coming days also I think he will be with us. With his support, we cannot move anymore. So with all my gratitude, I will just give him my token of respect to him. So give a big clap then. So tomorrow in the morning at 10, tomorrow in 10 we will start our paper presentation session with the national level, and Dr. Professor Ratna Basu is a chairperson on this next session. But if her time permits, I will request her to be to at 10 so that she also cover the paper presentation session so that the paper presenter will be benefited.
Now I tell you one thing. How long is that 11, tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock?
10 is the paper presentation. Your session was at 11,
Yes.
but now I am requesting you to be to at 10 so that this paper presenter will be benefited by your advice.
And if I am there, then they will not run away. Am I so fearful? I don't have nails and teeth and so I don't look nice, but I'm not fearful, I think. So I'll try my level best.
Thank you, ma'am. So after this session,
At 10 paper presentation and at 11
the-
when does that 11-hour session end? 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Okay.
So we will take a short break, 15 minutes tea and snacks. Then we will prepare ourselves for the meditation session. On the previous day we have the preliminary session, will be much more advanced session. So just take a break, prepare yourselves, and we also prepare the stage. So just it is now 4:13. So ma'am, it will be 4:30 convenient or 4:20? 10 minutes. So 4:30 will be our station starts. Okay.